if we go down another level, so you can see that the top payment plan, payment arrangement, terminator, overdue balance, you know, service termination, power shut off due, power outage due, past due, right? Like, so now we're able to get into the insight and even dissect those things a little farther. By sort of customer topic is what the team is working on now, so that we are now able to go back and refine the IVR, right? Go back and sort of talk to our partners in the collection. Hey, what can we do to not cut off customers? Because we're seeing this a surge in, right, like the customer collections time, customer collections and service, avoiding service terminations, some other things. And this is all not possible without, like, like data science techniques, some of the things you're talking about with academia working and pioneering these things, right? Large computing power, all these things, which is, which has been really good.
So many PhD students are doing research on applying semi-supervised learning and supervised learning, and because they are limited label in power engineering. So for here, are you getting the label because they are pressing the keys on the cell phone, or you actually learning it from the natural language conversation? You extract the label out of it. So which one is it?
So we are actually learning this from out of the summaries, right? Taking these out from the summaries of the models, right? So yeah,
Okay.
so we're working on revising sort of call topics and some other things going forward. But yeah, again, we are processing these particular audio transcripts. And so these are all from the agent interactions. These are not from the IVR labels, right? Like, so these are the topics that the customers are actually discussing. I was able to actually take this into our VP, Lisa Norden, and we were able to talk about like what, and mind you, this is something that like people intuitively had some sense of, but we never had 100% validation that this is what is occurring for this particular group of customers. And it was like really powerful, right? You can see one of the things that, like a happy inference that came out of this was that you could see the third line is standard offer program, right? So that is a pricing program that is offered in PA. But we were able to say like, hey, agents are actually talking about this on these particular calls as a way for our customers to save money, right? Like, so not only is it about that, right? Like, then that ties back to training and development and some other things, and right, like in doing the right things for the PUC. So again, getting access to this tool and this type of data has been really helpful for a customer services organization.
How much confidence do you have on this, I don't know, computer learned label? Because this is what the computer tells you, right? They say, oh, based on the voice, based on the conversation, I guess this is power shut off due. Maybe the computer is right, but how confident you are? 100%, 95 or 90?
So we're currently like working with Sean to do that, right? But like we're pulling out like sort of phrases and that to make sure that, like, and we're checking them all. And so I don't have an exact confidence like level of it all. I will say that we have seen some anomalies, right? Like, but by and large, it has been relatively consistent and trustworthy. And I would also say the other way is that we had nothing before, right? Like, so even if we're 70% confident, right, or 65, right, it's much better than, it's much better than no insight into it in prior. And we're going to continue to refine this as well. So like we're talking about this, and this is some of the analysis that like our team did, but we're that, like we're now, Sean is working with our QA team to get scoring for every call based on some criteria, right? Like, so we're trying to devise a way that, like we can have, they will still have to do their due diligence, and the human QA scoring will be better, right? But like we'll now have a way to score every call. So like we could compare our internal agents to our external agents as far as like, like on one criteria. He's also working with the training team so that they can get insights out of here to further refine our training methodology and those things going forward. Right. Like, so there's a bunch of uses, not just, like the operational, there are a bunch of like operational and money saving things as well. But I feel like every week or every month we've also like learned something new. Like, oh, hey, we didn't think about we could use it this way. One of the and this was just done by one of the data science team is currently working with Ashley and Sean on a tool, just like so we can search for words throughout all of the particular through the data set, so that we can also like get context, right? So one of the things is here, we talked about standard offer program. You can put it in here now, and we can get like the context of how it's being used. So yes, they did mention it, but like, what is the context of the way it's being used? And we could see that it was being offered to